Alright, in today's video we are going to compare the Thinkware Q800 Pro and the BlackVue DR900S. I'll be going over video comparisons, audio comparisons, and a couple other little things like how it mounts, wiring, and so on. Personally, I enjoyed testing both of them. I want to say thanks to blackboxmycar.com for sponsoring this video and sending me these two dash cameras to test out and give my opinion for you guys. Officially, I've chosen the BlackVue DR900S as the dash cam I want to put in the Hellcat. There's a whole bunch of reasons why I'll go into in this video. Don't think any less of the Thinkware Q800 Pro. It performed exceptionally well. For my needs, the BlackVue DR900S really soothes my OCD with a whole bunch of little things that it does. And I'll go into detail on that in this video. Alright, so we're going to open this video with a view from the driver's seat. So I've been testing these dash cams for about a month and a half now, and I've come to the decision that the BlackVue, which you can't see over there, is the camera that we're going to go with. I'll go into details on why in this video, but one of the main reasons is I really like the design, the shape, the fact that I can't see it at all while driving. I can't see it, I can't see its wires. Let's go down a little bit so you can finally get a good shot of it. It kind of hides its way right behind the mirror electronics, and it does not block the sensor that's here or the sensor that's here. The Thinkware, on the other hand, this is the only place I can mount it in, and you'll notice that it's a little bit crooked. And the square design accentuates or exaggerates the curve that you need to do to re-aim it to the center of the car. So what you want is you want even fenders on each side. So the more off-center you make the dash cam, the more you need to tilt it to get it aimed back at the center. No matter where I place this, I still needed to turn it a little bit, make it a little bit crooked. But this is the best spot I could find for the Thinkware. Don't forget, we couldn't put it dead center because it blocked the sensor. And if I put it down there, it was just way too big for this area. It just didn't look right. So that's what we have. So I really like the way this mounts, and mounting is not the only reason I want this camera. I'll go into more detail on the quality and all the other good stuff later on in this video. But as you can see, both cameras hidden, wiring's hidden all the way throughout the car. It looks great. One of the other reasons I really like the BlackVue over the Thinkware is the BlackVue, you just simply need to plug in the cigarette lighter port into an always on, and it automatically goes into parking mode. This one here, if you leave it in always on using the cigarette lighter, it does not go into parking mode automatically. It really requires you to do the hardwire kit before parking mode will work on this. So for those of you who are, occasional parking mode people like me, where you can go ahead and pull it out of here and insert it in the center console very easily, if you're not looking to rewire your car, the BlackVue is also another good option for you because it just requires a cigarette lighter port for the install. And the Challenger, this is a switchable, so normally comes on accessory. You can make it battery if you want. So I have accessory here, I unplug it from here, plug it in the center console when I want to park the car, and we automatically go into parking mode. There are other options for parking mode. We're going to discuss those in another video. BlackVue has a battery, so it doesn't damage your car battery by draining it at all. It has its own battery module, stackable. And it also has a PowerMagic Pro.
Parking mode on.
There we go, automatically went into parking mode. It also has the PowerMagic Pro, which you can set a timer and a voltage regulator or voltage monitor to shut your camera off at a certain time or when your battery voltage reaches a certain level. So Thinkware has the same thing. You don't need to buy any extra modules for the battery monitoring or the timer. You can get that with the Thinkware and the hardwire kit. All right, before we get into the quality, let's do a what it looks like from the outside. I figured I'd come and park here. It looks really good for some shots. Looks like there's too much glare to get you some good pictures. So what I'll do is I'll take out the camera with the polarizing filter. I'll take a few still photos and show you while I sit here and talk. Wait, maybe? Yeah, still photos are going to be the way to go. All right, speaking of polarizers, so you saw the difference between what my windshield looked like from the outside on the GoPro and what it looked like with a proper DSLR with a polarizer on it. Well, that goes the same with footage from a dash cam with and without a polarizer. So BlackVue has an add-on part. It's a slide-on, and it's a polarizer. What it does is it basically polarizes the light, so light in every direction gets kind of reorganized and comes straight through. And what it does is it gets rid of all the glare on your windshield from the sun bouncing off the dashboard and hitting the windshield again. This piece is easy to install. You just simply slide it on and slide it over the lens.
Parking mode off.
I just shocked it a little bit so it.
Impact was detected during parking mode.
So right now the impact detection was turned on, turned off parking mode, so you can capture full rolling video of what we just did to the poor car. This camera here has one position you can mount it in. You can't turn it upside down to switch the side that the lens is on. And you only have a certain degree of turn with the lens. You can adjust the lens forward and backwards. The BlackVue itself has two angles you can mount it at. Yes, everything will be upside down if you turn it around, but you can rotate this camera all the way in every each direction. There's almost, I think it's not a full 360, but you can rotate it quite a bit. And you can also flip the image. When you place the camera upside down and you aim it just right, you flip the image in the software and everything looks perfect. Now both rear-facing cameras, and again, excuse the wiring because we're in test mode here, but both rear-facing cameras, it's important to note that you can flip the image. So you can mount the camera whichever way you want, and within the app you can flip the image so it's perfect. All right, so that's basically it. We're gonna now go into the video and audio comparison of the two. One of the things I noticed is in a lot of the videos on comparing cameras, you never really hear the audio. So the first thing we're gonna do is I'm going to roll down the windows and I'm gonna do a full walk around the car.
Continuous recording will now start.
All right, everybody's recording.
GPS connect.
So this is where you would have about conversation range. This is an acceptable range away from the car to have a conversation with someone. Say you just had an accident or an issue, you would want the dash cam to hear everything you're saying as you walk around the vehicle and have a conversation here if you have a front end collision, here if you're sitting there talking, preferably closer to the window so the camera's microphone could pick things up. Or what about if you have a rear end collision and you're talking to the driver back here? Will these cameras pick it up? Which one does it better? And I guess we'll see when we get back inside. But there we go, full walk around of the car to collect audio and see how it goes. All right, so the next two clips are going to be exactly what you just watched me do the walk around with the GoPro, except recorded from the BlackVue and the Thinkware cameras. All right, so this is where you would have about conversation range. This is an acceptable range away from the car to have a conversation with someone. Say you just had an accident or an issue, you would want a dash cam. Here, you're sitting there talking, preferably closer to the window so the camera's microphone can pick things up. Or what about if you have a rear end collision and you're talking to the driver back here? Will these cameras pick it up? Which one does it better? There we go. Full walk around in the car to collect audio and see how it goes. All right. So this is where you would have about conversation range. This is an acceptable range away from the car to have a conversation with someone. Say you just had an accident or an issue, you would want a dash cam to hear everything you're saying as you walk around the vehicle and have a conversation here. If you have a front end collision, here if you're sitting there talking, preferably closer to the window so the camera's microphone can pick things up. Or what about if you have a rear end collision talking to the driver back here? Will these cameras pick it up? Which one does it better? There we go. Full walk around in the car to collect audio and see how it goes. Just an important note, because I know it's going to come up. In those last two clips, I took the rear camera footage and placed that video over the hood. They come as two completely separate files, so you're not having any type of overlap when you go to watch these files. The next batch of shots is going to be on the road footage, and I'll be playing the Average Gentleman's podcast in the background so you can get an idea of what voices sound like inside the car while on the road.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Average Gentleman's Podcast. We've been off for a couple weeks, but we're back at it again. And we're going to start things off with a little shout out. One of our future guests, Mike from Work They Drive, he gave us a shout out in his last video.
He's been giving us shout outs like a bunch lately, man. So
Yeah.
really, man, thank you. We can't wait to have you on. Let's make this fucking happen.
Seriously, what would a comparison video be without some sweet car sounds? Alright, so as you can tell, the BlackVue is clearly louder and clearer than the Thinkware camera is. Now, to be fair, I haven't found a single camera yet that can do that full walk-around test. So these guys aren't underperforming in that area. They're basically on par, or actually better, than a lot of the other dash cams that I've tested. Alright, so before we get started with the video comparison, I want you to understand a couple things about what you're watching. You're watching YouTube compress really good quality video into something small that you can push to your phone. So depending on the device, you know, you might be watching this thing on a potato, and it's no matter what I give you, it's going to look terrible. But what you got to understand is the BlackVue comes in at 4K, so that's this resolution right here. Jams a ton of pixels onto the screen and gives you the best quality image possible. Thinkware comes in at 2K. You see this right here. Half the pixels almost of the 4K. And right now I'm making this video in 1080p. 1080p is also a very good resolution for dash cams as well. So for those of you on a budget, you want to make sure you're buying a dash cam of at least 1080p quality. It's important to note that both the Thinkware and the BlackVue have rear camera resolutions of 1080p. So keep all that in mind. While you're watching this, we're shrinking the video from 4K and 2K down to 1080p, and then we're putting it up on YouTube, which is running it through a compression algorithm that's going to destroy the video quality. So what I've done is down below in the description, I've placed original videos that you can download and watch on your PC in the full resolution, not compressed. You can download the apps from the description below for BlackVue and Thinkware, so you can play with the GPS tracking. Yes, I'll give you where I was driving at the time, so that's all good. But you can play with the apps to see the GPS, the speed and G-force tracking and all that good stuff. You can have all that information to play with to see what you're getting when you get these cameras. Alright, let's kick off some driving footage. What you're looking at is a compressed view, so I squashed down the sky and I squashed down the hood of the car so we could fit both on screen so you can get a comparison. Now, you got the Thinkware at the top, BlackVue at the bottom. In all the footage you see, you're going to notice right off the bat that the Thinkware is brighter and a little bit grainier, where the BlackVue is a little dimmer and a lot smoother of an image. In this clip, we're going to demonstrate driving into the sun type of footage, nice early morning shots. The windshield is not clean because not everybody's windshield is always spotless, so we're going to see any of the flaws, any of the dust, all that stuff coming into the sun. Alright, next up we've got the other extreme. We've got nighttime driving. We've got cars coming at you, street lights, and all that good stuff happening. Again, you're going to notice that Thinkware is a lot brighter. It's still a little grainy. There's a lot more glare in the Thinkware. That BlackVue dimmer look is really helping out with that headlight glare. But still, both of them perform quite well. And then we're going to flip it around, show you the rear window footage as well. And again, remember, this is 1080p footage where the front cameras are BlackVue 4K and Thinkware 2K. Alright, the last thing we're going to compare here on this cloudy, dingy day is obviously you can see that the cars and sky are a bit brighter on the Thinkware than they are over the BlackVue. The one thing you're going to really notice, if you take a look here, that Corvette is on screen in the BlackVue because of its 160-degree field of view, where the wide angle on the Thinkware is only 140 degrees. So you get much wider field of view while you're driving. You get more past those fenders than you do, with the BlackVue than you do with the Thinkware. There's so many other features and functions we can go into, and once I pull the Thinkware out of the car and get the BlackVue set up the right way, we're going to go into some more details on how to use it, how to install it, and a couple other cool things that we're going to do. We're going to switch over to parking mode real quick. Like I said earlier, if you're looking for that out-of-the-box parking mode functionality, for the occasional, you just don't mind pulling the plug and putting it in, the BlackVue is going to work for you right out of the box. In the near future, when we do the install video, I'm going to include the installation of the PowerMagic Pro, so you can monitor the battery voltage and shut it off when the battery reaches that set voltage you put in, or the set time that you put in. So once I save up a few bucks, then we'll go into installing the battery pack from BlackVue, and those things are stackable, so you can stack as many as you want to get the ample amount of time that you need. Me personally, I don't public park the car. In fact, this video right here is probably one of the longest times I've ever had the car parked in a public space. Generally, I just take a different car. I drive my Hellcat around, but I don't park it anywhere. I know, it's weird, sorry. Alright, so hopefully this video helped you guys out. If you got questions, drop them in the comments below. Technical questions about BlackVue or any of the other cameras, head over to blackboxmycar.com. They got a great team there. You can do chat, you could do email. In fact, email is exactly how I got hooked up with these guys. Asked them a few questions, trying to figure out which is the best dash cam for me. They were knowledgeable, they were very helpful, and the best part about blackboxmycar.com is you are not stuck to a specific brand. You can buy any dash cam they have to offer, anything that fits your budget, and if you have any questions, those guys will be there and glad to help you out. Don't forget, we've got a discount with blackboxmycar.com, codes WorkPlayDrive. It'll save you off of orders $250 or more. And if you use the links in the description below to head over to blackboxmycar.com, any purchases you make, throw a few bucks at my channel to help us out. Alright, hopefully this video helped you out. If it did, please gently press that like button. If you're stopping by for the first time, please check out my other content and consider subscribing. And as always, thanks for watching.